Okay.
Oh, we live?
Yes, we is live.
What's up, everybody? What y'all doing? Y'all here rising y'all vibrations?
Yes. Shout out to everyone watching right now. Shout out to all the audience. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the youth. Shout out to the elders. We are now live with the one and only real Kiyaaa. And we are about to get deep in this live. Very deep. And everyone, please share this video to at least 3 people.
Yeah.
Because we understand the power of number 3 and we understand the power of numbers. All right, so share this. We also understand that we are conscious individuals and YouTube does not like conscious. All right, so share this, please. Also to help us because it's not easy to get this for you guys. You guys got to understand not that many people in the community aren't even collaborating. You know what I'm saying? So when people come and collaborate like this, you guys have to be grateful. You guys, this is a masterpiece. This is honor.
Right.
You know, this is honor. This is a benefit to you guys. So we're gonna let everyone join in, everyone hop on in, everyone share this video to 3 people. We'll start it when it hits around 200 live viewers. Everyone share it to at least 3 people. Shout out to everyone in the comments. We got young goddess, very powerful, very powerful right now, and she's making a lot of people wake up, and she's also divinely protected, which is beautiful. And I'm just grateful to have her on the platform because hey, what I'm saying, she's spitting facts, and that's that throat chakra. I recommend everyone to work on the throat chakra because if you can't speak your truth, if you can't elevate and express what you really feel in your soul, then you're just a NPC. It's always important to express what you truly divinely feel within your soul. So it's an honor to have you on here. So I'm gonna play some music for about 30 seconds. Just while I play this music, I need everyone to send this video to 3 people at least, because we understand the power of number 3. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone get their water, everyone get their coffee, get their tea, get their wine, whatever you sipping on. Hey, we're gonna get deep. Like, this is laid back. Like, I want people to know this is laid back.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Just sit back and
Almost to 200 viewers. Everyone keep sharing, y'all. Hey, what y'all doing? Work at 200 viewers. Let's get it.
exactly. They're trying to put us in the shadows, y'all. Y'all gotta help us.
Yeah.
Send it out.
This is probably, like, I ain't gonna lie, out of all the lives I've ever done, this is probably the most powerful live I've ever done because this topic is so, like, it is so deep. Like, when people see the title, they probably are gonna think what we're about to talk about, but at the same time, they might not even know what we're talking about because this is about to be deeper than you think. So, hey, it's about to be deep, letting y'all know.
It definitely is. This is something that millennials, our generation, the next generation, is really need to hear.
Right.
Very important.
The watchers, they watching the Galactic Federation. We always be on watch. Tell people this all the time. We always be on watch. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to make sure you're doing things out of your heart. Make sure you're doing things out of unity consciousness. Make sure you're doing things out of good motives and good intentions. Because if you don't, just understand you're being watched, and it's not coming from a place of fear. It's coming from a place of logic and a place of intuition. So yeah.
Yep. The magnetism we hold, the powers we hold, is something that they scanning right now.
Someone said you about to freestyle. Oh my god.
Hey, don't let me start making music. Don't let me start.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah, I think we may need that. We hit 200 viewers, so we about to go ahead, you know what I'm saying, get it lit. Oh
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I really want to talk about this. I want to make sure that the awareness of this is very important.
Everyone here, drop a like for us. We work really hard to get this and generate for y'all, and you know what I'm saying, it's for a cause. And so we're gonna get into the first topic, Kiyaaa.
Okay.
Let's talk about the topic of the most powerful beings on the earth, and that is the youth.
Mhm.
Why does the younger generation hold so much power ever than before?
The younger generation holds more power than the past one is because specifically the amount of change that they create, especially the change that we're creating. We are literally, when you look at what we're doing, look at the changes and the awakenings that we're causing in people who are, I'm not going to say old, but more mature than we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're literally, I have people who text me who are way older in age and asking me for advice about things because of my mindset, because of the energy that I give off and what I speak through my vessel. This is what we're doing. Can you imagine the amount of change and the amount of high vibrational frequency that this next generation is going to create for this world?
Mm.
We are masking the blueprint right now. We are literally just at the peak of it. But
Mm-hmm.
the souls, the old souls and the new souls who are here now, especially in these babies and these kids and the kids who are in middle school and elementary school, all of them are going to make a very, very static change because of us. We are the ones who are going to be raising them. We are the ones who are changing the world right now. Imagine what they're doing. Imagine what
Mm.
they're going to be doing in their time of maturity.
Mm.
It's
This is
so
one.
important.
I gotta say this. This is one myth that I've been hearing a lot, and it's like the younger they are, the more order they are. Meaning that the younger you are in age, the older your soul is. Do you feel like this is true?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
When you
Elaborate.
look at the emotional maturity of some of these kids, and especially the emotional maturity that we have, like when you look at the traumas that our parents had to go through, our grandparents had to go through, the traits that they're dealing with now that they're trying to figure out and get over. We have already been,
Mm.
we have already dealt with those things. We have already matured through those emotions. We are more emotionally mature than some of the elders, some of the last generation, and they are, having their awakenings because of us. The older the older generation is basically took care of the vibratory rate of the past, but we are taking care of the vibratory rate right now, which is super
Mm.
important because we are able to obtain it. We're here for a reason. Everybody has a purpose. We are literally filtering out the traumas of generations that's passed down through families. We're filtering about a lot of negative energy because of the spiritual and soulful maturity that we have. We are realizing things at young ages. We are changing the
Mm.
mindset of our parents, the mindsets of people around us. That itself shows the maturity of our soul. It's like an old soul, literally. It's an
Mm-hmm.
ancient one.
Mm. Yeah,
And
like the people.
imagine what
Yeah.
these younger generations, imagine what they know. Imagine of the light codes and the maturity and the things that they're gonna be able to heal and
Mm-hmm.
change and filter.
Mm.
Is super deep. Just when you can tell exactly what's gonna happen with the future, what's happened with the past, just by looking around you, looking at everything that's going on right now, looking at the vibratory rate that people give off, the things that's happening and all around the world. So these
Mm-hmm.
old souls, they're definitely back here and they're here for that change.
Mm-hmm.
The war
Mm-hmm.
coming.
Yeah, there's been like a lot of young chosen ones I've talked to, and they be so young, 13, 14, 15, and there's like they're so wise. It's like they're so enlightened. Sometimes they be more enlightened than some of the elders out here, because some of the elders don't act like they're in their place. Some of the elders don't have the
Mhm.
wisdom as some of the youth. And I'm gonna say it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I see some elders out here, they're just acting like kids, but then the youth, they're acting like the most powerful beings in the world. And that's why this live is called The Most Powerful Beings on Planet Kai, because the youth really is the most powerful beings. Like, if you are the youth, understand that you are actually powerful and
Mhm.
that you are unstoppable. And you have to tap into that imagination to understand who you are. Understand your power comes from your imagination, it comes from your creativity. And you also have to learn the power of stillness. a lot of people, they move too much. You move too much, that's going to prevent you from tapping into your inner divine stillness and silence. Silence is a power. Stillness is a power. You know what I'm saying? That's where all existence comes from being still. So,
Exactly.
mm-hmm.
Exactly. I
So,
want to talk about that too.
mhm.
That's important.
Yeah,
That's
elaborate for that. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say that this is something that even my mother told me. She
Mm-hmm.
said during her time of her youth and her growing up, everything that she has been through, it was like a moving train. Like constantly things just kept happening to her, having the, the brainwashment, the traumas, the all of that stuff that they went through in the past. They never had a time to actually be still, actually go through all the things that happened to them and heal from it, heal from the things that their parents did to them, heal from what family members did to them. It's us a whole bunch of things that they've been through, but because of the system that they're stuck, that everybody is stuck in right now. The fact that we need money, the fact that you have to pay for food, the fact that you have to pay for water, all of that is a stress. It's a strain it's a responsibility that you're supposed to have, especially if you were a millennial who had kids at a young age. That strain that you had to do, you didn't even get to develop or heal yourself. It was just a constant train going and constantly going, and you never had a time to take a break, to actually be still, to actually meditate and go inside of your head. Why do I yell so much? Why do I act like this? Why is my life like this? They didn't have time to think about that. It was
Mm-hmm.
always just go 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 and deal with it later. It's a pile and piles and piles and piles of emotional trauma that is being passed down, especially through Black communities.
Mm-hmm.
Especially.
It's really bad. You could tell, like, sometimes when I'm even out, I just notice, like, I see like, the parents talking to the kids, like, you know what I'm saying, disrespectful, and it's like cursing at them, and it's just like, it's honestly just mind boggling. Like, why are you talking to your kid, someone who you birthed, so negatively? Like, of course, they may not be the most positive person in the world, but why do you gotta treat them like, you know what I'm saying, a certain type of way without love? Now, love is just so powerful right now. Like, everyone in this live needs love. Like, if you say you don't need love, I know you're lying, because everyone needs love. Everyone wants some type of love. If that's a form of self-love, if that's a love from another partner, love is ultimately the highest vibration, because love is an entity. Love is a force. And you know what I'm saying, if you are not vibrating out of love, you're gonna vibrate out of fear. There's really not in between, like, you know what I'm saying. So
Exactly.
it's really, and what you also got to understand is, like, love is linked to growth. So when you're not linked to your love, you're not gonna grow. If you're just always in a fearful state, you're gonna be in a fearful state, and you're gonna prevent yourself from growing. But if you're loving, if you're in your heart chakra, you're gonna be linked to transformation. That's why green is the heart chakra, and that's why green is also linked to transformation. That's why you have stones like malachite and shit, like you look at the plants, right? Yeah, stones like malachite, which is linked to transformation. Stones like green aventurine and other green stones like motivite, which is a very powerful stone, is linked to transformation. So understand that if you do want to transform yourself and become more powerful, you actually have to link to love, and that's having compassion for everyone. That's having compassion. A lot of people think having compassion is scary. A lot of people think having a good heart is lame, and it's all this and that. When in reality, those people are just another Matrix clone and another Matrix bot. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to understand that it's very, very imperative to understand you need to tap into that loving vibration. Is very, very important right now.
And
And I'll leave that at that. Hmm.
some parents, what these kids are going through, some of these parents are literally, their definition of love is just giving you somewhere to stay, paying the bills, and feeding you. That's what it is. I did everything I did all of it. I took care of you and all this stuff like that. But did you raise me? Did you actually aid and help with the maturity of my spirit, the maturity of my mind? It's always like, even when you said that, like when parents literally be yelling at their kids,
Hmm.
they don't even when I go over the fact that our bodies are actually listening to us right now. Every time you speak, your body is listening to you.
Hmm.
That's why when people who are sick, who talk negatively about themselves. It makes it worse. It's a study from people who have cancer, who have negative thoughts and negative mindsets, that it makes it worse. So imagine somebody constantly yelling at you and telling you what to do, and just, you have to be a yes man. And most of these children have to are stuck in that, because it's always do as I say. Don't I brought you into this world, I can take you out. It's always, I don't have to answer anything. I don't have to answer any of your questions that you have. Just do what I say. Now, it's some kids who need to just do what their parents say if the parent is in a mature state of their mentality. But as for these parents, especially who have been through traumas, and they're doing the same things to their kids, you make your kids yes man, and then as soon as they get older and they go out into this world and they're getting yelled at their managers, and they're getting abused in relationships, or they don't know how to speak up for themselves because as a child they never got the ability to actually voice who they are, voice their opinion, express the spiritual energy that they have. They never had that chance to. So when you get older, you are stuck in a cycle of constantly doing what other people say and not actually taking in what your purpose is, standing on your ground, standing in your life. You got everybody telling you what to do. You can't think for yourself. That all started as a child. It starts when you as a parent don't allow your kids to speak. That's what they're here for. And some of them got a ready mouth. Sometimes you do have to tell your kids, hey, have respectful. You could talk, but be respectful. But it's sometimes where parents just constantly yelling at their kids and telling them, oh, do as I say, do this, do this, do that, do that. It's like, what opinion and what voice does this child have? And they grow up and they don't have a voice. This is why some women, especially Black women, get abused because of that. Because they had to do everything that their mother said, and with no question, didn't get to even voice their opinion on anything. The fact that I'm voicing my opinion, right? Imagine me not being able to have my throat chakra open to be able to speak from what I know, what's in my genes, what's in my DNA. Well, not DNA, DEA, but imagine that. It's a lot of people who have their throat chakra open and they can't express what's down within them. They're only expressing the trauma that they have. It's ridiculous. It's
and we're gonna go into mental health and later on this live stream as well, because we definitely gonna talk about mental health. Mental health is just as important as spiritual health. Like, I don't care, like, if you meditate all day and you expect your life to be all good, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro, because you need to work on your mental health too. I know a lot of people who meditate and they still depressed. That's because they're not really talking to themselves. Talking to yourself is a form of mental health. Being intentionally present in the moment is a form of mental health, because your presence is like a beam of light. Understand that your presence is like a beam of light. So it's all about just being balanced, because earth is a mental plane and a spiritual plane. It's not just spiritual. So don't just expect to have crystals on and expect your life to change. You gotta when you have crystals on, make sure you also transform your life. The crystals help you. They help you, but they don't do all the work for you, bro. You want, like speaking about what you was talking about, the people on the earth, like people on the earth, like humans come down here and they gotta realize this is Earth. This is the worst planet ever. Like, this is the prison planet. So you can't come down here and expect your life to be good, bro. You can't. All right. You can't come down here and expect your life to be good. That shit gonna be traumatic as hell. That shit gonna be a lot of trauma. It's gonna be transformation. It's gonna be things that track you down. It's gonna be all type of things. You gotta have that willpower. You gotta have heart. And that's like what I tell people before. If you watch sports, the best champions have heart. They have heart. You cannot get to the late rounds without no heart. You gotta have willpower. You gotta have heart for this. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of people, when they realize that your heart is so important, you're gonna get to the top. You're gonna get to where you want to be. You're gonna get to your north node. You're gonna get to your purpose. Your purpose is basically just going to where you need to go. but you have to be in your heart. You got to do what you love. You got to do your passion, and you also got to operate out of compassion as well. You also got to operate out of good karma. So
Yes.
understand the power of
Yes.
mental
You
health.
gotta
It's
get out
very,
of that
very
mouth.
important.
You cannot have a matrix brainwashed mindset when you are trying to create something from yourself. You know, and it's a lot of people who get that confused because they'll say, oh, I wrote it down on the board. I'm writing down my manifestations. Where is my ancestors? Where is my spirit guides? I'm supposed to be having this. I'm supposed to be having that, but didn't put no action towards the things that you want. You have to give off that vibration and actually put action towards it. You're in this physical realm right now. You control your reality. If you don't put no action towards it, and even if you do start something, you start something that you want to create, and you don't like the progress that you're making, it doesn't matter how fast or how slow progress is happening for you. You're doing what you want to do. You're happy about it, right? Or are you thinking from it just from a money standpoint? Are you just caring about the money? Are you caring about your happiness? That's where success comes from. When you're happy doing something that you love, it's going to constantly grow in abundance. You can't just expect things to just fall into your lap. You got to actually put pressure towards it. You can't just, oh, I did what I was supposed to do to attract my manifestations. Let me just write this down. Okay, we good. And then wonder why it's not happening for you.
Mm-hmm.
You say you wrote it down. You push that energy out from your vibration and from this physical form. Put action towards it. Action speaks louder than words.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the youth and everyone watching right now. Please, 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 everyone, share this video to 3 people because we understand the power of 3. We understand the power of sharing. Sharing is caring. Sharing is compassion. And this knowledge, if you are receiving this knowledge, why should no one else receive this knowledge? You know, that's where compassion lies, where sharing is caring. So please, please, please share the video to 3 people. All right, so we're going to go on to the next one. So speaking also about when it comes to power, right? Let's talk about power. When it comes to power, a lot of people feel like power is money, but I sense that power is healing. I sense that power is leading. I sense that power is assisting humanity. I sense that power is being able to help transform yourself through the hardest events in your life. I feel like power is also having heart, because heart is so important. If your worst enemy comes at you and he don't got the heart, you gonna beat him. You gonna beat him. It's all about the heart. You can have willpower, but if you don't got the heart, you gonna break. So it's also the heart. But what's a few things that helped you when it comes to power? What's some things you learned that helped you become powerful?
The things that helped me become powerful is actually realizing and bringing awareness to, in the states of me being very depressed or low, looking at the ability to get myself out of that, the ability to stand up for myself, the ability to change my mindset, the ability to change my reality, the ability to change people around me. Even if you say, for instance, you astral project or you go into another realm, everything is spiritual before it is physical. The ability to change things, the ability to move things and move somebody from a negative thought process to make them become more happier. You recognize when you just have somebody that you want to call when you feeling low. That's the person you go to, because they have that ability to shift the energy within you. That's a power itself. There are people who have healing abilities to be able to change the emotional and spiritual disalignments that they have inside of them. Like literally, I didn't realize the powers that I had even as a kid. I didn't know why I was so emotional. Why when somebody was getting hurt, why when I saw somebody break their leg or somebody's bleeding, I feel that pain. Why is that? Why am I tapped into other people's energies?
Question. So when you were talking about healing, are you talking about Reiki healing? How like you can heal someone through just visualization?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I'm talking about that. And also just even just being around somebody that you like, that makes you feel better. That you just them talking, like their perception, their point of view is changing your whole core, your whole idea, your whole point of view of life. That's a power itself, to be able to shift the energy in somebody's body, somebody's mindset. That's what these Reiki healers are. Most of us are not realizing that we have that ability. It's not impossible. As you can see in this current time, anything is possible right now.
Oh yeah, Reiki. I recommend everyone to do research on Reiki. It's very real. I have done it myself. I've done it on myself. I've done it on someone else as well. You know, it's honestly easy. Like, you just got to tap into that third eye chakra, and that's also just tapping into your imagination. So, you know what I'm saying? Visualize, like, let's say you want to cleanse out your heart chakra. Put your hand over your heart chakra and just visualize green light energy, and that green light energy is going to cleanse out your heart chakra, and it actually works. Like, I cannot make this up. It actually works. You know what I'm saying? I worked with a Reiki healer before that works with Life Wave, and this I cannot make this up. Like, she's very powerful. So just understand the power of Reiki, understand the power of visualization, understand the power of colorology, which is green. Green is the most powerful color. Why? Because it's transformation, because it's growth, because it's green, it's life force, it's nature. What's in nature? Green. So that's why everyone understand green is very powerful. So, you know,
Right.
so yes.
You can tap into that power, y'all. It's not impossible. The fact that even as a kid, I felt the pain of other people, whether it's physically or emotionally and mentally. Like, literally, I could be sitting by somebody and I feel the energy that they're giving off. I feel it. Like, I literally feel the sadness that they have. I can probably pinpoint where it's coming from. I can, like, when I'm seeing people hurt, I'm seeing people in pain, I'm seeing homeless people, I can feel their energy as a child, and realizing that the fact that sometimes I would absorb their energy because I'm feeling it. Sometimes I wouldn't recognize my own energy, my own thoughts. I'm over here absorbing, taking in everybody else. I can't even recognize what's me, what's the real me. And a lot of people who have that power, especially if you're an empath, empaths are very powerful.
Yes.
If you have the ability to feel other people's pain, that's a power itself. People think that, like, those emotions and the powers of that is negative because you're feeling somebody's own emotions, and whether it's negative or positive. When I'm around happy people, eccentric people, people who outburst their energy, I get enhanced. I get up, I get that rise of energy. When I'm around somebody who's sad, I feel that. Like, even when I was younger, even now, even just me watching TV, watching a movie, watching a TV show, I'm over here shedding tears. Why? I'm connecting to so much that I didn't realize I did as a child. And that's when your powers are most powerful too. It's the growth and the maturity and the immaturity that you hold on to, that you pass on and keep going as you mature. And I'm not even going to say older because I don't like to use that word. But as you mature, you start to lose some of that power because you cut it off. You think it's wrong. Even me as a child too. I would be asleep, or not sleep, just in my room at nighttime, and I feel energies around me. I literally feel ghosts walking around the house. I can feel when somebody walk into a room, but physically you can't see that being. But I could. I'm telling my sister, I'm sleeping in the same room. My sister telling my sister, who is that person standing in the doorway? She's like, what are you talking about? Like, I used to scare my siblings because of that. And I thought it was a problem or an issue. Y'all have to embrace everything, especially at a young age. Everything, that the gifts that you have is very powerful in itself. Everything is energy. Everything
everything's energy. Yes. So as I study more into, like, the heart chakra, moving into the loving vibration, I only come to realize that love is the most important energy that is being craved from our spirit. And most people think that the heart chakra is powerful since it's the chakra of growth, but love is also linked to what? It's linked to
Thank you.
trust. It's linked
Trust.
to
Yeah.
trust. And the power of trust, let alone the power of trust in the universe, is where all your manifestations lie and sit. If you don't trust yourself, you need to find out why. You
Mhm.
need to find out why. So for you, what's your experience of trusting yourself versus doubting yourself?
Um, Especially me as a Gemini,
Mm-hmm.
inconsistency and just being able to trust my own like feelings is very hard sometimes for me. It used to be hard
Mm-hmm.
because I would always not know what 100%ly I wanted to do because I was good at everything, trusting myself and believing in myself enough that I have the power to get things done. So the importance of trusting yourself, trusting what you say, trusting what you believe in. If you don't believe in yourself, how else are you supposed to believe in attracting the things that you want? If you're not able to discern what you want to do, what
Mm.
you want to say, do you trust yourself through low times? Can you trust the things and the actions that you do? Can you believe in yourself that much? And if you don't believe
Mm.
in yourself, your personal power that you have, you got to work on that.
Mm.
You got to find faith within yourself that you have that power. Trust in yourself.
Yes.
Trust in the universe.
Yes. One of my favorite affirmations recently has been, I trust thyself. I trust thyself.
Mhm.
Because like I said, if you don't trust yourself, you need to find out why. If you don't trust yourself, that's like saying you don't trust your ancestors. If you don't trust yourself, that's like saying you don't trust all the people that support you. You got to trust yourself first. You got to. You
Yes,
got to.
absolutely.
You feel
When I
me?
went through that, when I went through the time to where I had graduated high school, and I did it for my mom. I never really had no sense of direction. I always did what other people told me to do. I was always conscious and always questioning things, but since this is my elder and then my mother is telling me, "Oh, this is how you have survival in this world," I was like, "No, why am I doing this? Why I don't even if I do want to be a nurse and go work at a hospital, I cannot literally I can't be around people who constantly in pain. I feel that. I'm going to take all of that in. I'm
Mm.
thinking about all of this stuff that I'm going to do and pass on to my life and go to college and work this job and spend the rest of my life being told what to do. All of that is literally what I'm questioning with myself, right? I had to have the trust in myself and my personal power, even though I don't really know what I want to do, even though I don't really know what the future awaits for my thought process and my vibration. But I believe in myself. I trust in myself enough to know what I don't want and what
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And you also want to know why trust. I didn't mean to cut you off. What'd you say?
I was just about to say the strength it took me to
Mm-hmm.
actually get out of that mindset that you don't have to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, all of the answers is inside of you. Every amount of speaking and all of this information that I've been giving out, it came from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally had to build that trust up in myself and build that strength to actually go against the grain. Stop doing what everybody else doing because you see how every miserable people are looking working these jobs,
Mm-hmm.
especially these kids, these teenagers who are working these fast food restaurants, who are
Right.
working all of this and being yelled at by grown
Yeah.
people, elders,
Yeah.
talking to these kids crazy.
If I tell y'all my experience, like me personally, I'm an empath. When I walk into a store, let's say I go into a store and I see like a teenager working, it's like they know that I know what's going on. They know that I know what's taking place. We both know that you're not supposed to be here. We both know you're not supposed to be working. You both know it's like we already intuitive, and it's like I just feel so bad, but at the same time, it's like it just feels like slavery when I see,
Yeah.
especially a melanated god or goddess working at, let's say, Publix or Target. It just doesn't feel right. Like the intuition, and speaking of the trust part, right? The reason why trust is so important is because trust is also linked to your intuition. People think your intuition is only linked to your third eye chakra. Did you actually know your intuition is linked to your heart chakra?
What you
because you
feel.
could read people with your heart. A lot of people, they don't even read people with the heart. They read people with the third eye. And this actually leads to paranoia. This leads to all this, you know what I'm saying, just overthinking. If you are overthinking about a situation, that means your third eye is overactive. That means you're thinking too much. You actually want
Mhm.
to slow down and you want to elevate and tap into your heart chakra. And instead of using the intuition of your third eye chakra, use the intuition of your heart chakra and feel more. A lot of you guys don't feel. You guys don't feel. And I had posted this tweet on Twitter. It was don't think twice, feel twice. A lot of you guys gotta feel twice. Y'all don't feel enough. Y'all think too much. When you think too
Yes.
much, it causes too much overthinking. So
Mhm.
yes, this is very important to understand.
If you don't trust how you feel, then how are you supposed to navigate through this world, navigate through people? Because when you come in contact, especially with anybody who's like doing some real shady stuff, you can feel the negative energy that they're giving off. You can feel the weird, the weirdness that they're giving off, especially like, say, for instance, even with kids, even with us, we have to be able to discern what is a good person and what is a negative person. Like with kids getting kidnapped, all types of things happening, being able to feel that block is that you should stay away from that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, kids feel that intensely. That's why even babies, that's why some babies don't like being held by some people. They instantly start
Mm. And babies are the most intuitive creatures in the world right now. They're so
crying.
intuitive. Mm.
That power is still inside of us. But because the brainwashing and the generational curses and the emotional immaturity that is not able to go up as you get more mature, it messes you up. It makes you lose touch with that power.
Mm.
Being able to read energy, that's something that you were given at birth.
Mm-hmm.
You cut that off because of the so many cycles and so much things is happening as you're a child, and the systems that you're put into to make you forget that you have power.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it all is. You
Mm.
forget the power that you have, even with your genes, the DNA that you have. It's locked inside of you, and some of it is being awakened.
Mm.
That's why we able to spit out knowledge and information that they don't even want us to know. It's inside of us. We ain't have to like go read no book, go listen to something. No, it's inside of you. Everybody got their own genetic coding inside of them that is very powerful, that has powers, that has information, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to recognize the intense energy that your heart chakra gives off to discern and navigate yourself. If you don't have that, then you don't trust yourself.
Mm. So this is going to be a deep question. So as all the chosen ones are not public, and some would never, they would never start a channel due to, like, you know what I'm saying, the free will, right, and the privacy. This begs me to ask the question: how powerful is just meditating helping us rise during this ascension process? Do you feel like just meditating alone is helping the planet Kai
Mm-hmm.
in the ascension process?
100%. 100%, yes.
Okay.
If you are healing yourself, if you are raising your vibration, if you are healing the traumas that you have, if you are taking out the negative tendencies that you have, if you are doing all of that, and because you are aligned, because you are more, if you found peace within yourself and you are spreading that out to other people, it don't even matter if you don't have a big platform, if you don't have as many followers or
Mm-hmm.
subscribers than the next person. The things that you're doing as a collective, because we all are a collective consciousness, disagreeing, fighting with each other, negative and positive things happening, it's all a collective consciousness because they're
Right.
duality and everything.
Right.
So the portion that is you, which is a part of the collective, if you are keeping that right, then everything else will fall in line. Don't feel pressure to just, oh, you don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. Just working on yourself is important. It really is. It helps. Because when you go in that store with that positive energy, with that high vibrational spirit, and somebody who's working across the corner is being yelled at by another customer, and you walk up to them and they just look so down and so drained, and you come there with that positive energy and you make them laugh, that's itself is very powerful. That itself is very helpful. It's the little things that you do, paying attention to the little things in your mind and your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Quantumly talking to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So as a collective, recognize the little things that you do is helping. Appreciate that. Appreciate yourself. Pass on that good energy. Even with just healing your own family. It ain't got to be everybody, you know, because some people not going to make it. But spreading that's what helps. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, if you just work on yourself. That's what's helping. Because these aliens and all of these people and the Galactic Federation, all of them are here and they're scanning the energy that we have. And some of them are getting in contact with them because of the positive energy that they have. They're not just they'll personally talk to you. You know, they're not just gonna come down and just make a big announcement, a speaker everywhere. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna come to you telepathically, in a dream, in the astrals, and they're gonna talk to you personally because of the vibration that you've given off, that you did for yourself and for the collective.
You know. Someone commented, laughing give out a different vibration. Yes, that's why I laugh so much. Laughing heals your soul. Laughing is your inner child. You gotta laugh. You don't laugh, if you're serious all the time, something's wrong with you. You gotta ask yourself why you're not laughing. You gotta ask yourself that. Truly and truly. So I have a good question. All right. So for you, on an honest note, we have two people, right? We got Marley, right? Marley, every day she wakes up, she's always transforming. She's going through death and rebirth, but she brings a lot of chaos, super chaotic, like scorpionic energy, like Scorpio times 10, right? But then we got Melanie, right? Melanie is stuck in her ways. She resists change. She don't like changing, but she's a peacemaker. She loves peace. She loves all the peace. In this process to self, who could you stand around more? Marley, the one who's always transforming but bringing chaos, or Melanie, who's stuck in her ways but is a peacemaker?
Chaos is just I feel like that spreads a lot of negative energy around everybody. If you're a chaotic person, if you constantly yelling and but you're constantly, you said she's evolving, right? She's changing.
Yes, because I feel like truly chaos is transformation, is death and rebirth. So this first one, Marley, she's going through a lot of death and rebirth, but she's actually becoming more powerful every day. But the other one, Melanie, she's stuck in her ways. She's not really changing, but she's also peacemaker. So she's not really bringing you problems every day. Who would you actually want to be around more? The transformative one or the one stuck in their ways, but also brings peace?
I want to be around the person who constantly changing.
Okay.
I don't want to be around somebody who's stuck in the same, vibration. Are you gonna still stay in this? Like it's just like people who continue to live with their parents, like even in their 30s or 40s, or is even with like their eating habits, even with the things that they do with their life, the places that they go to, the clubs, all of that. I don't want to be around somebody who don't know how to change, who don't know how to upgrade, because everybody's constantly evolving. If you're not evolving yourself, then why are you still staying the same? The planet is evolving. The planet is changing. You got to change yourself. You can't just be stuck in the same. That's the same thing with these Christians.
I like that you say that.
What'd you say?
I like that you say that. Like with the Christians, like the Bible, it's just like the Bible is the same thing. Like that shit don't update. Like, you know how you got an iPhone, it got iOS, it updates. Bro, the Bible don't got no iOS update. That just stay the same.
Exactly. and it's really hard, especially for people who are Christians. When I be trying to talk to them, they just stuck in their ways. You know, some of them are not even, they're not bad people, you know, they're not bad, she's not evil. Like my grandma, she's a Christian. I love her to death. She's always positive. She gives, she's so giving and so loving. But you know, her, if you try to tell her anything that's going to initiate change and the growth of herself, she's stuck in her ways.
Mm.
You know, so with people like that, I don't want to be, you know, you can't really, you gotta, that's something that you can't really connect to.
Right. And me
You know?
personally, like, as someone who, like me, I'm a person who loves transformation.
Mm-hmm.
I love people who transform. I love people who are always going through change. I have a problem being around people who are just stuck in their ways. People who just do the same thing every day. People who are just are like just stagnant, like just do the same thing. And it's like I just can't really grow. I'm just a person about growth. I'm a person about putting myself in situations that is uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, you're actually transforming yourself. That's called death and rebirth. You have to die to be reborn. You have to. And people think death is always physical. No, you can have something called, it's called an ego death. It's called an ego death. And if you understand astrology and scorpionic energy and things like this, right, you understand that some signs go through ego deaths a lot, because your ego constantly is transforming. So it's okay when you have an ego death. Like if you're doing something, like let's say like you're going through the day, right, and you just having a good time and you're talking to your friends, and out of nowhere you just start to feel attached and you don't want to talk to them no more. So feel like, man, why do you talk about that? That's just an ego death. Like your ego died in that moment, and now you just watching them. When you have when you just watching everything, that's called a ego death. You personally just don't even want to be in your ego no more, and that's when you rebirth and you transform. So people who have a lot of ego deaths are some of the most powerful people in the world. All right, you just gotta know how to control it.
Exactly. I be trying to tell my friends that I have to step away from some of my friends that I had, because they're always so. I had a friend. She's a Cancer. She's a water sign.
Okay.
So water signs are very, very emotional.
Right.
Because you know, water, it's literally transformed by energy.
Right.
They're very, very powerful people. They're also intense. When they get angry, they say things that they shouldn't say. They're very erratic. They're very aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, because that tsunami, the hurricanes be coming in.
Oh yeah. Don't get a Scorpio mad. Like a Scorpio moon, anyone with Scorpio energy, when they get mad, the whole room changes. Like me, I got intense energy, but it's like a Scorpio, their energy is so intense. It's like you just feel the room and change. So, but even water signs like Cancers, they're intense too, but they're intense on an emotional level. Like if you working with a Cancer who's on the negative, they're just gonna manipulate you because Cancer's ruled by the moon, right? And the moon controls your emotions. So if you're talking to someone who's ruled by the moon, they have the ability to manipulate you by your emotions. This is where they call emotional manipulators. They manipulate you by your emotions. So you want to be careful when you're talking to water signs that are working with the negative. You want to be careful when you're talking to anyone who's working with the negative. But specifically, the water signs, in my personal opinion, from studying astrology, the water signs are some of the most powerful people in the world. Don't think I'm bashing water signs. I got water in me, all right? You know what I'm saying? Water signs are some of the most powerful people. And the reason I say that is because water signs are intuitive as hell. They are the real meetings.
They are literally like my Cancer friend. She's literally that intuitive. Like she'd be like, "Oh, we got to get out of here. I don't like the way this feels." Like she has that type of power, but she's also very, when she gets in her low vibratory state, it makes me feel like she's just gonna throw away 6 years of friendship because of the way she's talking to me. I'm like, you just throwing everything out of the, like, it's just, they're very, very intense people because of the water that they, you know, the sign that they are. We just got out of a water sign, Pisces. Now we're in Aquarius, which is an air sign. You know, it was a very intense time of emotions back then.
Like you really, like when you're dealing with water energy, you really can't lie to a water sign. Like I'm just being honest. Like you really can't. Like if you try to lie to a water sign, especially like a Scorpio or a Pisces, like they're gonna read you. Like they're gonna kind of tell, like, okay,
they see right to you.
He said that, but it felt like he was lying. It felt off. They're not about logic. They're not about what you say. They're about what they feel. If they feel something off, bro, you're done, bro. Like you effed up. So make sure you're very careful when it comes to lying in general, because like if you lie a lot, bro, you're gonna get caught up, bro. You're gonna come
Bruh.
across a water sign and they're gonna read you. And this is why a lot of
Imagine
people
having
don't
a
like.
water sign as a mom, like that.
Oh, like this is why some people don't even like. Check me out, because I'm deep. Like this is why some people don't even like water signs, is because you can't really lie to them. You can't manipulate a water sign. It's like the only smart sign I would say that's not a water sign is an Aquarius. Aquarius is probably one of the most smartest signs. They're ruled by logic. Yeah, I love Aquarius. Like one of my favorite signs. Aquariuses are so smart.
Yes.
You cannot outsmart an Aquarius. You cannot outsmart Aquarius. You cannot outsmart a Scorpio. You cannot outsmart a Cancer. Really, those are the 3 signs that you can't really outsmart. And a Gemini. Geminis will finesse the hell out of you. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But water in general.
Out too.
What'd you say?
I'm trying to figure that out too, because with Geminis, they're very like it's an air sign, you know, it's the tornado. Like it's the literal air. Like people always be saying like they have very negative tendencies.
Nah, so Gemini, so look, okay, this is I know a lot of Geminis. Geminis are honestly some of the coolest people ever. The reason why a lot of people don't like Geminis is because Geminis, you can't really tie them down. Like you cannot tie down a Gemini. It's an air sign. So when I mean tie down, like let's say you're talking to a Gemini, you're having a good conversation with your friend, all right, and you try like, hey, let's go here. And like, nah, I'm gonna go there. You might get mad because he just doesn't want to do what you want to do. Geminis have a lot of, they're very immutable, right? So they're always changing. So when you can't tie down someone, it makes you hate them. And also, Geminis are also extremely smart. They're ruled by Mercury, the fastest moving planet. So when it comes to a Gemini, if you can't like let's say you try to have bad motives for a Gemini, it's not going to work out because they're just too smart. So that makes them be hated. Gemini is probably one of the top 3 hated signs, but at the end of the day, I look at the hated signs as the most powerful signs, because if you hate it, that means you're doing something right. I look at hate as love. Like if someone comments right now on this video saying something dumb, I'm gonna look at that. Okay, they comment on the video, they watch my video, they're giving me attention, they give my platform attention, they love me. I look at that love. So that's why I really don't even care about hate. I don't care about none of that. I care about, only thing I care about is the motive, and I care about elevation and ascension.
Geminis are very communicative. Like that's why I'm always a person that everybody comes to, even within my family, within my friends. I'm always a person that they come to. Like I will tell you the truth, but if you don't like it, you can't get mad at me because I'm very communicative. Okay, why do you feel sad? Okay, well, why did you do that? Like I'm gonna be very direct. Communication is very important. Like really within relationships, within your personal life, within your business life, whatever it is, being able to communicate and talk and express how you feel in a positive manner, in a more mature manner. Communication is the strength of Geminis, and it's so powerful.
And when it comes to the air signs, especially Gemini, and shout out to all the air signs watching right now, because we were on the water sign. Shout out to water sign. Shout out to all the air signs now. Air signs, especially Gemini, their lingo is A1. Like they have A1 throat chakra. They can speak and they can just finesse anything. Like, and people always think finessing is bad. Like, nah, finessing, like just, honestly, just like getting things in a good motive. Let's say you go to the store, you want a good job, you know what I'm saying? That's called, a good way of finessing. So air signs have a good way of getting what they want because they're ruled by air. So air is also about intelligence and getting knowledge. People think water signs are just intuitive, but air signs, they get knowledge, but they get it from a way of knowing. Water signs, they get knowledge, but they get it from a way of feeling. They feel knowledge. Air signs get knowledge out the air. So a way to work with the air element to everyone watching is to burn incense, burn Palo Santo.
Yes. I be noticing that I can control air.
So
every time when I do stage.
And that's the reason why is because you're very powerful with the air element. Your air element is very powerful. It's off the charts. Keep working with the air element, and you're gonna see how you're gonna get more smarter. You're gonna start to be able to get more downloads. A lot of the downloads comes from water and air. Earth signs, all my earth sign watching, which is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Y'all main purpose is really to build. Y'all want to build a lot of structure, be organized, have routine, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're just doing your daily thing and just, racking up your finances and also just being a leader, you know what I'm saying? Capricorns are some of the best leaders I've ever met in my life, you know what I'm saying? And fire signs, fire signs.
You cannot tell a Capricorn anything. Like,
Yeah, you really can't. You really can't. You really can't. You really can't. You really
they're stern.
can't.
Like, I be
Capricorns
trying
are
to talk to them. I be like, look, this is what happened within the Bible, and this is what this is. No, they'd be like, look, hold on, well, let me talk to you, tell you about something. I'm like, dang, okay, wait
so
a
the
minute.
reason why is because like Capricorns, they're like the most authoritative sign, so they like being the authority. So if you try to tell them what to do, they're gonna be like, what? Like they like being the boss. So it's like,
Yes.
yeah, you feel me? So that's what you gotta understand. So we're gonna go on to the next question. Speaking of water energy, basically what we were going on for everyone just joining. Make sure everyone does also please share this video to 3 people because we understand the power number 3. 3 is very, very powerful. We understand that sharing a video is caring, sharing is caring. All right. So speaking of water, water is intuitive energy, and water is a yin element, meaning it's a feminine element. Okay, so when you are tapped into the water energy, you are very intuitive. Intuition is power. I don't care what no one says. Every man right here needs intuition. If you are a man and you just try to if you think power is just being strong and tall and big, you're delusional. Real power comes from knowing your purpose. Real power comes from being in your motive of going in your north node, which is your purpose. Real power comes from having intuitive abilities. When you feel what you want to do next, that is real divine power in your soul. When you don't even got to be told what to do, you can feel it. Man, that's the real power. I don't care about your worst enemy is going to be someone who has intuition, not someone who's based off logic. If your worst enemy right now got a textbook, I'm literally going to laugh. If your worst enemy right now is doing all type of intuitive readings and all type of meditations and astral projection, that's actually someone you actually may want to think about watching out if you don't got protection. But most of us got protection. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yes.
let me
That's
not
what I
go.
be trying to tell them. Any dudes,
Right.
like that's what I be trying to tell them. They're so logical. Like you're so stern and oh, this is gonna happen and this is what this is. You gotta actually have that feminine energy balancing you out because you'll look at life and just think that everything is just gonna happen and you don't have no belief, no actual like faith in your inner power that you have. You know, you just so stuck on, oh, because I'm stuck in this situation, I can't get out because of this and because of that. And you just overthinking because you so logical. You gotta balance yourself out and actually believe in the powers that you have, because that's what women, that's how goddesses are.
Right.
They
Right.
literally believe me, even with me believing in myself. You know, I never knew I could get to this form of myself if I didn't believe in myself, if I didn't let go of the logical, the masculine energy that I had. And I was so wrapped in doing everything, the logical way. Oh, this is how you find survival in this world. You go to college, you work a job, and you spend your 56 years working there, then you get to retire. That's the way life is, logically. But when I start believing in myself, I'm looking at the accomplishments I've made because I tapped into my feminine energy.
Do
You
I
know,
sound good? Am my mic good?
right now it is.
Okay,
It's just like
good.
sometimes when you talk a little bit longer, it just keep going like, sound a little staticky.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay. So yeah, honestly, the air signs, water signs, very, very, very powerful. So when we talk about unity, what's one concept that the youth has to let die in order to resurrect and to claim the ticket to 5D?
You said one concept that they have to let die.
Yeah. So basically, in other words, what do we need to let go in order to rise?
The separation. Thinking that everybody is especially the separation between black melanated people. You gotta let go of, oh, this is my enemy. You gotta let go of these different gang signs. I mean, not gang, but gang members. You gotta let go of these corporate men, these black corporate men who think they're better than the average working man. You know, we all are stuck in this whole system, this matrix, and everybody's going through it. And I was trying to talk about that. I was trying to tell everybody they didn't care when we got off them slave ships. They did not care what tribe you were from. They didn't care about none of that. They saw melanin and that's a slave.
Mm.
So this whole thing with illusion, with us not being able to trust each other, with us not being able to understand each other because of, oh, you from this block, or you're in this college, or whatever the heck. All of this separation is just messing everything up with religion, with these, all of that. It disunifies us. And when we come together, no matter what religion you feel, or whatever, what, it doesn't matter. You know, I can't we
Mm-hmm.
it's important to care and respect other people's, whatever they care about, but also don't disunify everybody. When the Black Panther Party was created, it didn't matter what religion you had, what gang you came from, any of that. Everybody came together to fight, to stand together, because they know we was all going through the same situations. Each family, no matter what, no matter if I got enemies, no matter if I'm my neighbor, I don't like my neighbor, and it's even disunity in families. We all got to come together to be able to make change,
Mm.
to be able to access our powers and get, different point of views and different information from each other. If we just work together, we can change this whole world. We can create better communities for ourselves. Everybody's so stingy with, even with these rappers and these rich Black people. Some of them are giving back, but most of them are not. They keeping it all for themselves. You gotta be able to give back, connect, stop the separation. It's very important, because if you don't have that unity consciousness, which is what the Galactic Federation has. It's
Mm-hmm.
different beings from different planets. You don't see them over here arguing or saying, I don't like the color of your skin. They're working together.
Mm. All right. So next question. This is a very, very deep one, right? So some youth, they find it extremely hard to stay intensely present in the moment. I came to experience being intensely present in the here and the now is where all peace and enlightenment is found. When you present, family, all your problems cease to exist. Why? Because your presence is like a beam of light that shines bright like the sun. Overthinking can manifest easy in air signs and in ancient signs like Virgo and Scorpio. So give some of the beginners watching right now one plan to stay intensely present with their struggles.
You have to know what you can and you can't control. You have to surrender yourself to the present. Stop being so focused on these automatic outcomes that you think is going to happen. What is happening right now for you? What can you control? What can you change? Why are you so worried about what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future? That messes up a lot of people in relationships, with their business, with their strength, their personal power, with their emotional traumas that they're trying to heal. Oh, I just can't get over this because of this happening. It's just like your mind is on overdrive. You're
Mm,
going to stress yourself out more, focusing on the future and the
mm,
past. That don't even, everything is just in cycles. Stay in your current self. Even though you have a whole tornado around you, and the eye of the storm is very calm.
mm,
You got a lot of stuff happening to you back to back to back, and it's all surrounding you. But the way you react, that is how you have control within yourself. If anything, if you feel out of control with everything in your life, the one thing that can make you calm is how you reacted to it.
mm. I heard that once before from a wise man. He told me everything that comes to you is how you react to it. Like everything is how you react to it. Like if you get faced with controversy, if you get faced with something, it's how you react to that, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. It don't matter whatever anyone say to you. If you just react to that with anger, that means you reacting too fast, you reacting too impulsively, you got too much fire in you. You gotta
They have control
calm
over
down.
you.
What'd you say?
They have control over you.
Exactly.
If somebody gets you a reactive state, they know what to say to make you feel that way.
Right.
They can control you.
Right.
That's what these entities do on the other side. A lot of people are not realizing that they're being controlled. Their mind is being infiltrated. You thinking thoughts that you don't even got supposed to be thinking about. You already conquered those feelings. Why are they bringing up now? Why you feeling sad? Why you starting to overthink? Why do you feel helpless right now? When you wasn't really feeling that way a week ago. You know? And because you are so reactive of everything that you do, you don't take the time to actually think before you speak. Wait a minute, this ain't me. Something else going on. You know? Everybody got to recognize the energy that you give to anything, especially like, say for instance, your parents is yelling at you or something, right? And they yelling at you and they tell you, do as I say, go, they doing all of that. Your reactive emotions, you yelling back and doing all that. When you see that this person, take a step back, see and really look at your parents or look at who's ever causing a erratic amount of energy around you or anything with bills, with money, with situations in relationships. Step back and look at everything, right? Why is this person doing this? Why is my parent yelling at me? Oh, it's an eviction. Oh, it's on the door. They under a lot of stress right now. They just, they really just trying to. It's not fair that somebody takes their energy out on you, but to absorb that and give them the same energy back, that's not. You need to just step back and look at it like you really going through something, ain't you? To be able to control your emotions, to actually think, is very powerful in itself. Don't let nobody take away your ability to be centered within yourself. Because once they get a reaction out of you, they know how to make you mad. They know how to make you sad. That's where bullies come
from. And this also goes into understanding yourself, knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself, it's not a good look. Because if someone knows more about you than you know about yourself, guess what they can do about you? They can manipulate you. They have more power over you. Now, the reason why I say this is because power is actually knowledge. And the reason I say this is because some of the most powerful people in the world, they can manipulate you because they know so much information. Now, the reason why I say power is knowledge, let's say you get into a fight and you fight someone and that person knows how to fight. They have knowledge on know how to fight. Guess what? You lost because they're going to have a higher chance of winning that fight. They have knowledge on how to fight. So there's no difference on having knowledge on knowing how to ascend. It's no different from having knowledge on knowing how to win. It's no different on having knowledge on knowing how to elevate your soul and elevate your consciousness. So this is why if you don't have books in your closet, you're doing something wrong. If you don't have books in your room, something is missing. If you don't have some type of research on your phone, I don't know what you're doing. I just don't, And yeah, shout out to that. I see what you did. But books, knowledge is important. I read a lot. I meditate a lot. I just do a lot of things revolving knowledge. So if someone comes at me and they don't have knowledge, I generally don't care. It's all about knowledge, in my opinion. Knowledge is power. So understanding knowledge is very, very, very important.
Being aware of everything that you're around, the energy that you're around, the energy that you're giving off. You just got to stay centered within yourself, no matter what storm tries to come to you.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of issues, especially with these kids, the things that they're going through, the traumas that's being passed down to them from their parents, from society. So I see some of them are handling their situations really good. I've seen a lot of people on social media making videos of them crying because of the situations that they're going through.
I've even seen that. But I'm going to say this, right? Like, all the chosen ones watching right now, message from the ethers. Like, y'all going to go through a lot of crap. I'm going to be real, a lot of bull. Y'all, the ones who are going to make it is going to be the ones who have heart. The ones who have heart, love. Because love protects your soul. Love is the ultimate protection. Yeah, you could do protection things, protection, whatever you want to do. But when you have love, people get killed by that love. Your love can kill negative energy. And most people, they actually just don't even know that. They don't know that love can kill negative energy. This is why some of the most people who get to a higher position or get a lot of power have a lot of love in their heart. They don't really just care about anything status or anything about that. They just got love in their heart. They got a good heart. They just don't care. So a lot of people, I'm gonna be real, like I talked to a lot of people before, a lot of chosen ones, a lot of spiritual people. Some of the spiritual people, the heart ain't even right. Like they spiritual, they meditate, but the heart, they don't even trust themselves. And that's why I was talking, that's why I was preaching earlier. And yes, I do preach, but the reason why I was preaching so much earlier is because I just noticed a lot of people don't trust thyself. If you don't trust yourself, I'll say it again. If you don't trust yourself, you got to ask yourself why. Why don't you trust yourself?
Right.
Why don't you trust yourself?
Believe in yourself?
Yeah. Why don't you believe in yourself? Why? That's where all the love, that's where all the power comes from.
Made you feel like that? Why do you feel powerless?
Right. Like I ain't gonna lie, all the chakras help you manifest, but the heart chakra, that's the one that activates the manifestation because you're doing it with a good motive. If you have a bad motive with something, that manifestation ain't gonna really turn out your way you want. And if it does, it's gonna come back with a bad motive because first of all, whatever you give out comes back. Whatever you give out comes back. So it's important to have a good motive when you do things. It's important to have heart. So it's very, very important. That's why I had to say that. And also, the next thing I'm gonna go into is as I've also meditated, I studied how like the universe will sometimes remove people out your life for you. And it's only for us to realize that it's happening for us, not to us.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like Kiyaaa, why do you feel like the universe removes people out of our life sometimes for no reason? Like I'm talking about, I know so many people and they just out of instantly, I didn't even cut them off. They cut themselves off, which is even easier for me because I didn't have to do nothing.
It's a lot of you got to be careful with the resistance behind that too, because a lot of people, especially when they have people in their life that they shouldn't have, and they can't understand why this bad stuff keep happening between me and this person. Why do he keep cheating on me? Why does she keep being shady towards me? Why is she acting weird?
Right.
You're going to be it's literally, it's no time to play games. No, you can't have certain people if they're not changing, if they not on the same vibration as you can no longer resonate with that person.
Right.
And it's not beneficial. It's not a beneficial relationship.
Right.
It's harder for people because you love, because you feel so much. You want this person to come with you, but this person is not evolving the way you are.
Right.
So you can't relate to what they do.
I'm glad you say that. I didn't even think about that. You're right, because a lot of people, when you evolve, they might not evolve as fast as you. Like you might leave them left for dead. And I'm not even trying to be like too intense or anything like that, but like literally some of the chosen ones evolve so fast that other people cannot even stay on their level. And this allows them.
Be envious.
Yeah, they'll be envious. Like I've had so many people jealous of me, and a lot of the chosen ones I know who are also on a good level of elevating, they've got a lot of jealous people. And I'm like, wow, like it really just be because we're just on a different vibration. We're on the vibration of love. A lot of the leaders out here I see who are pushing a positive message, it always comes with a con, and that is controversy. Controversy, in my opinion, is growth. Controversy, in my opinion, is love, because the yin yang. If someone's pushing out a message and they get no hate for that shit, they get no controversy, no one making videos on them, that person ain't doing nothing right. If someone's pushing out messages right now and they're getting videos made on them, all that, then that person doing a good thing. They doing a good thing. That means that person actually, that person who making a video, that person who making a video on other people, that person actually is making a video on that person that's actually getting hated on, is because he knows that that person has a hold on humanity. When you have a lot of power over humanity, you got to understand it's going to be balanced. You're going to have some people who don't agree with you. And that's the beautiful thing. When someone doesn't agree with me, I find it beautiful. I love them still. I literally, I feel it in my heart. I love them still for who they are, because I'm so open-minded. So
Because you're not love
it's
vibration.
beautiful. Exactly. It's just beautiful when someone honestly disagrees. Disagreement is beautiful. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the true. You're truly in your heart chakra when nothing can affect you. When nothing
Right.
can affect you. Like the smallest thing, it's like even the most annoying thing is gonna make you love them because you're like, okay, they disagree. Okay, that is a part of
Mhm.
how if you study astrology too, you gotta understand that some people just are incompatible. So if someone disagrees with you, you just understand that they're incompatible with you. Why would you get mad at them? They're just incompatible with you. That's just understanding logic and the balance between logic and emotions, you know?
Yeah,
So it's not rocket science.
it's not. And like even when you said that was a good thing to say because like
Mm-hmm.
with even with corporations, like the ones who just do everything that you know the elites say, and you
Right.
seeing that they do they're you now you're seeing that they just doing everything to keep the matrix upheld, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
got some corporations that speak out, and you got some people who are being in controlled by that.
Mm.
When you was talking about how everything looked green, the grass looked green right there.
Right.
Well, they're not really speaking out against anything or saying, "Oh, we're not going to support that company." You know that when you see that, the people who always look golden, the news, all that, they never speak out against anything. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
You see? Exactly. That's why even when you start a conscious channel, you gotta understand, bro. If you even like all my people, all my spiritual creators out here who started a channel, shout out to you because when you do get controversy, you are going against the grain. And shout out to the Aquarius game because Aquarius is all about going against the grain.
Mhm.
Okay, my channel based around it goes against the grain. It goes against the grain. So it's against what most people talking about. That's why I love what I do. That's what I love, just helping people because I honestly don't care. I'm helping people. I'm
Yeah,
helping you. You know, what do I have to lose if I'm helping? I'm in a good motive. So that's why honestly,
right,
it's like at the end of the day, it's like just being your heart chakra, have good motives, and you honestly have nothing to worry about. It's just about having good
exactly.
motives and things like that.
I've been trying to tell people that even with if they want to start their entrepreneurship and they don't want to work for nobody else, you
Yeah.
gotta actually, if you happy for doing that, then it's nothing else to worry about. Everything else will fall in place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta believe in yourself. And if you happy about it, it shouldn't be causing you any strain or stress.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not growing the way you want it, the pace that you want it to grow. It's a lot of people who want to be YouTubers, who want to have a social media, who want to make their own products and stuff like that. Believe in yourself. Have that
Mm-hmm.
feeling, have that strength, trust in yourself. You know, it's gonna be all right. If you love it, if you that's what you love to do, it's gonna align perfectly because you feel it, because you passionate about it.
Mm.
So that's powerful what you just said.
Truly. All right, all right. So we're gonna get into the one of the last questions. So the last topic for the youth, when it comes to mental health, it's just as important as spiritual health because Earth is also a mental plane. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? When I think about mental health, I think about journaling, right? But
Mhm.
a lot of people don't even understand. Like, you don't even got to journal. Like I was just speaking earlier, it's about your shining presence. Your presence is like a beam of light. I recommend space and silence, as those are two aspects of the same thing. Inner silence and inner space, those two combined bring what we call what? We call this stillness. Stillness is the womb of all existence. Stillness is also linked to surrender. And you don't even want to know the power of surrender. Surrender is linked to death. Surrender is
Mhm.
linked to rebirth. The
Yes.
secret of life is to die before you die and find out there is no death.
Mhm.
That's the secret. The secret is to understand that death never was even real. You already are dead.
Right.
But some people aren't even dead. The reason why they're not even dead already is because they haven't gone through transformation. Some of
Mm,
the most people who have some of the most powerful energy have been through death already. And I'm
yeah.
talking about ego death. You know what I'm saying?
I was so scared. Even when I was younger, I was like so
Mhm.
scared when I heard that, about death. I was crying all night. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna die one
Mhm.
day." Like, just being scared.
Right.
I didn't know that me as a kid, I did not know I was gonna die. I didn't know what death was. I didn't know it until I went to school and they talked about it. talked about how everything happens, but it's just like you don't really just poof and everything's just done. You are a spirit first. That's what really got me to let go of fear about that.
Mm.
And that's very important when you are letting go of something. It's just you're letting go of this physical form, and you have to have the art of letting go. That's why some of these souls wander around. So some of these, they say haunted houses. You got spiritual attacks that's happening because they still want to be alive. You got to let go.
Mm-hmm.
But the art of letting go is very important. Not even with that, it's important with everything that you do, especially if you love somebody and they can't change their ways. You got to let go to grow. Because I'm only going to the next place, and it's going to be way more funner, way more healing, way more growth.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's on the other side. What's
Like,
next after this?
It's like, let me say this. It's like a snake. Did you know that a snake has to shed its skin or it will die? It has to shed its skin in order to keep living. So some of us are holding on to baggage, and you will not make it to higher ascension if you don't let go.
Right.
But when I was speaking about death, let me keep going. Death is only comes to rebirth. Taking care of your mind is so important. Like, how you gonna take care of your mind, but not like how you not gonna take care of your how you not gonna take care of your mind, but you gonna take care of your health.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Another tip for mental health is reading. I recommend y'all, everyone here, I recommend y'all to read a book called The Power of Now. This book trains you to master that your presence is like a beaming light. Your
Yes.
presence is a beaming light. I want everyone in here to be intensely present in the moment. Intensely. It's not about just being present. Be intensely present. When you're intensely present for at least 3 seconds in a moment, that literally eradicates all problems. A lot of people just don't have enough presence in their soul.
They don't.
Now,
They're so focused on anxiety.
so Kaya, give a Beyond 5D some game on mental health, as it's so important.
Your mind is literally your reality. The way your mind is wired, y'all see me?
Freezing.
Okay. I was like,
Freezing. Whoa,
your mind is
whoa.
very important.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you good. You good.
Okay, I was gonna say because I gotta go in a second, but
Okay.
your mind is very, very important when it comes down to how you are programmed, because what you feel of the things that you create inside of your head, the presence of now being stuck in cycles that you are creating for yourself. Everything that you do, you are a magnet. The way you think, the way you process life is very, very important because that's what you're absorbing. People be like, oh, why does negative things keep happening to me? Why am I always so sad? You ain't really going inside of your mind. You ain't really helped your mind. And that's the whole thing with this programming of these schools and this society, the way everything is. Like, people are just supposed to be robots. You're telling me that teenager, that 16-year-old standing in the McDonald's cash register being yelled at by a 40-year-old lady, she's supposed to just take somebody yelling at her? That is damaging. That is traumatic, especially for your body. When your parents are yelling at you, your body tenses up. Everything is connected to how you feel, and everything that you hold in is only creating more negative energy within you. That's why people have disease. That's why women have fibroids, because they hold things in. You have to master your mind. The more you master that, the more you can do anything with your life. You can control anything around you. You can control the energy in your room. You can control so much with your mind. Be careful with what you absorb. Be careful with what you see. What type of things that you're watching, the social media, the work environment that you're in, the people you are around. That is because you are attracting the energy that you have within you. And if you have positive energy, you wouldn't even want to be around stuff like that. So be very centered within yourself. Calm yourself down. Have the silence. If you're able to silence your mind and you are clear within yourself, you are 100% in tune, nothing can bother you. Nothing can mess with you. I have had $200 disappear from my account. Frustrated. Why? You know, you never know what's going to happen with your life. You never know what's going to be thrown at you. But you have to go through and reprogram how you react.
Yes.
Because your mind is very, very crucial to your reality. And that's not what the government teaches you. That's not what school teaches you. It teaches you how to be a robot. And you're not. You are a spirit. You are a soul having a physical experience. Never forget that.
You're not a soul. You're not a soul having a human experience. I said it backwards. You're not a human having a spiritual experience. You're a soul having a human experience.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh my God. But yeah, truly and truly, we are all having a spiritual experience, and we're on the hardest planet ever right now. So it's like it's only up to us to be in this transformative energy. Like, we're going through so much transformation right now. Everyone watching this right now is probably going through something. Like I know they're going through something. Like I'm intuitive. I can just feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I already just know. So it's only up to you to be able to have a heart and to make it to the late rounds, and to you know, because I'm gonna be real. Some people might not make it because they just, you know what I'm saying, they might give up. They might not have enough willpower. They might not have enough heart, have enough love, and like I was speaking earlier, like they might not have enough trust. You don't have enough trust in yourself.
When you ace this, when you can ace the issues that's being thrown at you, you know how powerful you are. When you can let things go, when issues come to you, and you can automatically figure it out. If you don't conquer those feelings or the traumas that happen to you, if you don't go inside of your mind and rewire everything, you still gonna be stuck there. It's just like when you in class. If you don't pass this test, you're gonna have to keep retaking the test until you get it right. That's with your mind too. You still gonna be stuck in that trauma if you don't deal with it. Stop being afraid. Let it out. Let it go. Heal yourself. Stop holding it in. Scream if you need to. Let it out.
Hey, a tip: you go out into nature and scream as loud as you can. That opens up your throat chakra. Scream, yell. Some of y'all got lions in y'all. Some of y'all got dragons in y'all. Y'all gotta go out in nature and just let go of all the energy. A lot of y'all are have Aquarius energy, which represents freedom. A lot of y'all want freedom, right? So if y'all want freedom, why are you in a house that's tight? Why are you not outside in nature all day? Like I just ask some people, like, because I be talking on the phone with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, do consultations. Like I be telling people, like, why are you not in nature outside, like yelling, like, you know what I'm saying, like letting out all that freedom energy? Because in my opinion, freedom is high vibrational, because, you know, no one wants to be tied down. So you want to have that freedom. So if you don't have freedom, which is going out in nature and really being yourself, and also just being what, like, freedom is basically just having the essence of free will. Freedom is free will. So free will is very important. Free will is something that we were all given the birth. We were given that birth. You could literally do whatever you want. You could. So what's stopping you right now from not doing what you want to do? What is stopping you from that? You know? And you are gonna be, like I said, like we talked about this multiple times, you're gonna be faced with hella obstacles. We're never gonna ever make this seem like it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not realistic to make it seem like everything gonna be easy. You have to go through change. You have to go through transformation. It's a must. It's absolutely a must. So do you have to go, or we can get a few questions in, Kiyaaa?
I could do like 3 questions.
Okay, so we're gonna take a few questions from the chat real quick, real quick, Kiyaaa. Before she goes, everyone comment at least some questions that is pretty needed right now. We're not looking at questions that's pretty irrelevant. We're looking at questions that's pretty needed. So please comment something
Somebody
that
said, "Can we get married?"
is.
That's the question. I mean, what type of marriage is conventional? You know, I don't. The marriage. People still do bad stuff even though they married.
Right,
You know,
right.
so what is what is a spiritual marriage? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay, so this is a very controversial. It's not necessarily controversial, but it's a very like intense and a very deep question. But Geminis have two sides, right? We understand this in astrology. They have two sides. So a Gemini will heal from trauma from being more balanced and being more disciplined, and also just understanding the both sides. Like Geminis could probably switch into one side to another side, which other people might not really understand them. The reason why is people don't like Geminis is because Geminis are misunderstood. The most hated people are misunderstood, guys. If you got a lot of hate, you're misunderstood. Understand that you're misunderstood. So, how would a Gemini heal from trauma? Talk to yourself. Talk to
yes,
yourself. Just talk to
please.
yourself. You Geminis rule the throat chakra. They rule speaking. They
Yes,
have some of the best speaking skills ever. Just talk to
right.
yourself.
It say things and deep inside of you that you really don't like about yourself. That any traumas that you have, anything that you felt from things that happened to you, speak it out. Say, "Oh, I'm not very good at this," or "This happened to me and this made me feel this." Just speaking it out. The throat chakra heals the Geminis so much, especially with trauma. When you actually, because I noticed that even if I don't write it down, if I don't say it, it's going to stay within me. Even if me not speaking up for myself is a problem, because I'll lay home that night in the middle of the night, just up all night, just saying, "Why didn't I say that? Why didn't I speak up for myself?" You know, and that's a trauma itself. So actually, start speaking more about how you feel, and even if you're talking to yourself, you know, your weaknesses, the things that make you sad, your anxieties, your anger. Start actually deferring that and recognizing it for what it is. Find peace with yourself. Be calm. Start speaking more of the things that you want to say, because your power is communication.
All right, we got a good question. So some may not know the importance of entering the void. Can you speak on that? So I'll go first and I'll let you go, Kai. So the void, in my opinion, would be basically darkness. In my opinion, I have tapped into darkness because everyone has to tap into darkness. If you just in lightness, that is being overly optimistic and not being realistic with yourself. You have to tap into darkness, tap into lightness. So all darkness is doing shadow work. That's all darkness is. You know what I'm saying? People who are scared of the dark side, like dark side is gonna do something to you. All darkness is shadow work. Just do your shadow work. So another way to do your shadow work, look at your natal chart, you know, look up your astrology chart, see your Lilith sign, see your Chiron sign, see the sides of you that you notice when you're talking to people that you get mad or you get frustrated, or see if you're overcritical about things. See that and accept that. I talked to a shaman recently, and he told me that you have to embrace the darkness. He told me that imagination is the most powerful thing in the world, and he told me that you know what I told him when he told me imagination is the most powerful thing in the world. I told him that, man, imagination is the most powerful thing in the world, but what if it gets dark? What if it gets dark? You know what I'm saying? Because some of your imagination could go, you could be in the clouds and you can get too dark real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. You could be up in the dark side. So I said, what if you get too dark? He said, embrace the darkness. You got to embrace the darkness. Shadow work is not about trying to eradicate your dark side. It's about embracing that dark side and balancing it. And it's about accepting it, because we are always going to have a balance. We're always going to have a light side and a dark side at the same time. When there's not always going to be like this light, Luke Skywalker type person walking around all optimistic and hoping. Not like, hope isn't real. Knowing is real. So that's why knowledge is power. That's why I said knowledge is power. You got to really know yourself. And you're going to go through transformation. Like, transformation is truly key. Some people, they change every 3 months. Like, I've had people come up to me and be like, yo, you wasn't even the same person 3 months ago. Yeah, I wasn't, because I went through hella death and I
Right.
rebirthed again. That's how it is. So you got to understand, death and rebirth is a real thing. But in order to speak into the importance of the void, is basically just knowing that you have to tap into your shadow work. You have to meditate. Also, meditate in the dark. A lot of people don't like meditating in the dark. Meditate in the dark, and when you meditate in the dark, it's going to activate your pineal gland more, because that's more melatonin activated. So meditate in the dark is very, very, very powerful. So I'll let you go, Kaya, on
That's
how to
true.
speak on the void.
You start to see the truth. That's
Mm-hmm.
important. Meditating in the dark is very important. When you go to sleep, you dream and you literally get to see inside of your head. You get to travel. You get to do all types of things in darkness. You get to see who you are. If you're having bad dreams about you falling off of something or drowning or anything like that, that tells you what's going on inside of your spirit, what's inside of your void. The importance of balancing yourself out. People just think spirituality is just all love and light.
Mm.
We go through things, we feel things. We're not just over here. We got to be on wartime in a minute. So
Mm.
it's just like you have to be able to use all forms of yourself because it is you. Whether or
Mm.
not you try to ignore it or hide it, whether or not you have an insecurity with how you speak or how you are, why you can't stop lying, why you
Mhm.
feel you can't speak up for yourself, why
Yes,
you act this way, you have to recognize those things,
recognize that.
lower
Hmm.
part of yourself.
Yes. And when you hold things, it's very unhealthy. When you hold words against someone, it's unhealthy. You're creating a blockage, and a blockage does what? It blocks your manifestations. People think a blockage, oh, okay, I got a blockage. Okay. A blockage is bad. It's bad. Okay. So if you have a blockage, understand that that's going to prevent you from manifesting. A lot of people want to become wealthy. You ain't going to become wealthy if you ain't really living out your
If your
chakras. You
mind
gotta,
ain't right.
yeah, you gotta align your chakras in order to become wealthy. First of all,
People be
got
thinking
to.
it's easy.
Hmm. Because
You just
blockages.
gotta manifest. You gotta write it down.
Hmm.
No, you
Hmm.
have to have that vibration of the thing that you want. You have to know that
Right.
it's already here. You gotta use your imagination. That's what these rich people do. That's what they
Hmm.
do. You had a vision and you stuck to it.
Hmm.
Stick
That's what
to your
Albert.
vision.
That's what Albert Einstein said. Imagination is one of the most powerful things you can ever do. Like imagination. So truly and truly, stick
I
to
be
that
bringing stuff to
imagination.
life all the time because my imagination is strong.
Mm-hmm.
I be saying I need some sage. I run out of sage and it'll be here 2 hours later. I'll get it because I pushed that out. My
Mm-hmm.
imagination of it was so powerful. You got to actually believe in yourself. You got to believe in your powers that you have. The most powerful beings on earth, on Kai. Oh, thank you. I know being Gemini is very hard. Like y'all really strong if you a Gemini,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
literally. Because inconsistency is hard. That is our weakness. Inconsistency. Because
Mm.
we'll get so wrapped in, we like so many things. We're so good at so many things. We
Right.
trying to do everything all at once. It's hard. But if you stay consistent is what helps you get the things that you want in life. So inconsistency is our weakness. So I hope y'all doing okay, Geminis, because
Mm-hmm.
you got to stay strong. Be resilient.
Yeah. Getting a lot of astrology questions. I love it. So how can I as a Capricorn heal or balance my root chakra? So when you're dealing with Capricorn, you're dealing with a sign that rules the 10th house, which is about career and status, right? You're dealing with the root chakra, right? Capricorns naturally do have a strong root chakra, but if their root chakra is not balanced, that really means that they don't know their worth. Capricorns really got to know their worth. Sometimes Capricorns do things to get to the top and to get authority and to get power and to get the next position, but they're doing it just to look good. They're not doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for themselves. You got to do things for yourself. And like I tell people, know your worth. If you don't know your worth, you got to ask yourself why. Why don't you know your worth? Why can't you be in your room listening to some music and being grounded and having a good time with yourself? That's knowing your worth. Why, when someone doesn't text you back, you feel mad and you feel like, damn, damn, am I worthy? Like, that's not you knowing your worth. You got to know your worth. You got to know how powerful you is. Knowing your worth is linked to your sacral chakra. Some of y'all feel guilty for nothing. So if you feeling guilty and you ain't even do nothing, work on your sacral chakra. You need to play some music. You need to be in a room alone. You need to really read more. Know your worth. It's very, very powerful to know your worth.
Yeah.
Have fun too. Also, sacral chakra is linked to pleasure. So make sure you're having fun. Like a lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people are overly spiritual. And the reason I say this is because people literally meditate too much and then they wonder why they're depressed. I've had hella people DM me why, like, hey, I'm just depressed and I meditate. I'm like, bro, and they meditate like 6 hours a day. You have to have balance. You didn't come here to do nothing. You didn't come here to be a tree. You're in a human body, so you actually have to have fun and eat and play music. Like, I wish it was that easy. I wish I can come here and be a tree and do nothing. You feel me? So it's important to understand that it is balance. It is balance that is everything.
No, because why do I want to be a dolphin? Like,
right. Look, check me out, y'all. You have to feed your lower self just like you feed your higher self. All your sides need attention. All your sides need attention. You just can't give your higher self all the attention. Your lower self gonna be jealous.
Right.
Your lower self gonna be jealous. And I'm speaking from my heart, y'all. I really
doing
mean
my
it.
avatar.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's just basically just knowing your worth when it comes to Capricorn, really know the root chakra. And this, going out more in nature is very, very important. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Anyone watching this, if you're not getting nature, like you're not stepping on the grass at least once a week, or at least being around trees or being outside, you don't even gotta be in nature. Just be outside. Be outside more. Like, I'm outside right now. Most of y'all probably thought I was inside. I'm actually outside. If y'all not outside, that's bad. Like, that's bad. Okay, if you're not outside once a day, that's pretty bad. Be outside more. Okay.
Right.
That's where the trees are. That's what that's where all the carbon dioxide, oxygen, that's where all that lies, is outside. The downloads, the wind element, the wind, you're gonna put the wind element. Be outside more. That's why I've been this whole live, I've been dropping information, and I've been told at the front of this live that I was like, I'm excited for this live because I know this live is gonna be powerful. And it is one of the most powerful lives ever.
You gotta recharge.
Facts. We'll take one more question and we're gonna wrap it up. Let's get one more question, y'all.
NYC is cold. Yeah, I know it'd be hard sometimes to get outside, y'all. Sometimes.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like where you live at and stuff, it's difficult. But find your peace. Find a peaceful place that's like more of nature that you can.
So for the people who can't go outside, this is what I recommend. Go on YouTube after this video and type in nature sounds and just play that. You just need to feel nature. You just need to feel the nature energy. That's all it is. Because at the end of the day, like, we is nature, and nature is what? It's unperfect. You're not meant to be perfect. You're not meant to be this perfectionist person walking around looking all perfect. You're meant to be natural, which is being nature. So you need nature around you so you can be natural. You don't want to be synthetic like a human clone. Understand that.
Like, find places where you could connect to this life, the earth. You gotta have that balance. You gotta absorb that nature energy. It's very important. It energizes you. It makes you feel grounded, centered. Work on it, y'all.
One more good question.
Man, look, you talk about can't get outside. Look, you gotta find something. You gotta find a peaceful place.
You gotta get some creativity. You better finesse, bro.
I walk to a park and there's doo-doo everywhere on the floor. I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to stick my feet in the ground. It's just, come on. Respect nature, please.
Yeah, someone said I wish I can come here and be a tree, right?
They just be chilling. And the fact that they know everything because they outside. They talk to each other through their roots. They very smart.
Yeah, someone said they live in New York and they get more. Yeah, shit. Yep. Get a plant. Like I have a plant. Get a plant. Just get more plants. Get more green around you. Like if I walk in your room right now and there's literally no green, I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna be like, bruh, this is why you're sad. I'm gonna be like, bro, this is why you're sad. You got no green around you. You're not transforming. You're gonna be happy when you go through transformation and you change because you're meant to change. You're not meant to come down here and be a rock because you're a human. You're a soul having a human experience. So truly understand that.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm looking at this question right here. Last question. So, do you think our shadow is the oldest being or the vampire? I'll let you go first on that, Kaya. It's kind of I'm not really understanding what he's trying to say, or the vampire.
Do you think our shadow is the oldest being or the vampire? Are you talking about like in a sense of vampires being as like the low vibratory rate of the planet, these beings, like the negative energy? Or are you talking about just do you think our shadow is
Yeah,
the oldest being?
the Anunnaki. Comment down what you're talking about, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to connect to it. I'm trying to think about it, but it's the oldest being is us because we created this world.
Hmm.
We had to. The collective consciousness, that God frequency. Aw. I appreciate all the love y'all giving us. Honestly, I have to buy plants. Yes. Y'all, look. I swear, these literally be my protectors.
Hmm.
When I astral projected in my room and I was looking at
Hmm.
my plants, it was so like magical. Like it just looked alive. Like the energy
Ooh,
was just pulsating. It was
dang.
beautiful.
Hey, what's a tip on astral projecting? Because I just have trouble doing it.
Um, honestly, it's literally for me, it's different for everybody because sometimes
Hmm.
it's genetics because my sister can do it and she be eating like chips, cookies, cake. She eats meat, all types of things. I'm like, how did you? It's not. It's more. It depends on the person. For me, I like to program myself before I go to sleep. So like I will spend like 2 hours, watching something that or reading a book about astral projection just to put that in my mind before I go to sleep or before I'm about to do it. So program your mind before you do it. Like actually like spend some time focused on it. Because the more you
Mm,
put your focus towards it, it'll happen. That's what happens
mm,
to me. Especially when I watch like anything with astral projection in it, any movies, TV shows, anything like that, I instantly it happens for me because of what I'm
mm,
seeing. That's why it's so powerful to watch stuff. Because like even with scary movies with this Jeffrey Dahmer series, I couldn't even watch it because I don't want to absorb that energy.
mm,
Everything that I see, I absorb it. I'm a sponge. Sometimes I gotta protect myself, but it's
mm,
very important. Just try to watch or like read something or anything like that before you do it. Before you try to do it,
mm,
spend at least 2 hours.
mm. We got a
Yeah,
comment. Can you speak on Aries?
they're
Aries.
so
So
fabulous.
Aries, Aries, Aries is a very I am sign. Aries, when they want something, they get it.
Uh-huh.
And Aries, honestly, I really rock with Aries because I understand that Aries, if they want something, no one's gonna stop them. And
Mm-mm.
it's very difficult to stop at Aries when they want something.
I was just
They
thinking
could
with
be,
Leos.
yeah, exactly. Some people say, Aries can be mad fast, they can be impatient, but the true thing about Aries is that they really are the I am sign. They're ruled by I am. Every sign has an affirmation, right? Aries is I am. Like Pisces is I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius is I know. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio is I desire. Aquarius, yeah, Aquarius is I know. So Aries is I am. So some people arguably say Aries is the most powerful sign. I personally feel like they're the top three. I feel like they're top three. But that's all I can really say about Aries.
Yeah,
Um,
y'all are very, very like y'all can dress really good. Y'all got a good style. Y'all rooms be so pretty and beautiful. Like y'all really good with this matrix stuff. Like y'all
yeah.
really are. Y'all like just very logical.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about y'all. Y'all very just y'all real too. Y'all real people. Y'all real like y'all don't really be doing that snake stuff
Yeah.
unless that you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Like
like about Aries.
Yeah, they are real. Another real sign I'm gonna say is gonna be Scorpio. Scorpio is a real sign. Now, some people might like, yo, what did he just say? Scorpio is a real sign? Now, honestly, look, check me out. The reason I say Scorpio is a real sign is because you're only dealing with Scorpios that are working with the negative. If you find a Scorpio that's working with the positive, this type of Scorpio that works with the positive is gonna transform your life. They're gonna teach you how to transform, and they're gonna teach you willpower. They're gonna teach you real strategy. Scorpios are some of the most secretive signs. They always come with a strategy. They're very strategic. They always are very strategic to everything they do. They're extremely smart, and they also understand darkness. Someone who understands darkness understands that you have to go through the dark to become more powerful. They also rule transformation. So Scorpios are really deep. They're into the occult, and I honestly feel like Scorpios, truly, in my opinion, are the most powerful sign. I truly do feel like they're the most powerful sign because they have a fixated willpower to what they do, and when they laser eye focus on something, it's like it's very hard for that person. Like, let's say a Scorpio wants someone to be their partner. That partner is gonna be very hard for that partner to resist them because it's laser eye focus. Scorpios don't stop. They don't stop. They don't, and that's why some people don't like them. Is because sometimes Scorpios are misunderstood because they're just so damn powerful. They're so damn dark, and some people are like, oh, why is this person so intense? And that's another thing. Scorpio is also very like extremely intense, almost so intense that like it's just like you're talking to an army, like you're just talking to
Very
one
low.
army, like yeah, like I've talked to Scorpios before, and it felt like I was talking to a whole army before. I'm like, God damn, why is this female so intense? Why is her energy like? Why is it like I'm talking to 9 people at one time? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why some people fear them. A lot of people, the reason why they don't even like Scorpios is because they fear them. I'm just being honest. The reason why I don't like Scorpios because they just fear them. I'm just being honest, bro. Feel me? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead
and Scorpio, y'all.
and Pisces is also is. I love Pisces, honestly. All signs.
Y'all love lives are very, very interesting.
Why is this sign though? Intuition is A1. Like,
Yeah.
trust me when I say this, Pisces is mutable. They have all personalities in them. They got all the personalities. Like, you cannot predict the Pisces. They just too. They got too much personality in them. They got too much signs in them. Like, for. But
I gotta
yeah, we're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Everyone, please share this video to 3 people. That would really help us. You know what I'm saying? We took a lot of time to really get this together, all the questions, everything. It really means a lot if you guys really just send us 3 people, or at least to 1 person, because sharing is caring, sharing is compassion. So please, from my heart, please share this 3 people. And everyone here, like this video as well, and leave a comment as well. She will definitely be back on here very soon, as we are also, really truly trying to help make a cause. Everyone, much love to you guys. Make sure you guys are vibrating out your heart chakra. Much love and peace.
Right.
Peace.
Y'all follow me. My name is Real Kiyaaa. You can find me anywhere on YouTube, TikTok, all of that. Okay. I'm here and I'm here to help y'all. If y'all want, just text me. I will try to respond to as many people as I can. It's hard because a lot of people ask me questions, but you can find me anywhere, y'all. Okay. It's just love and light for y'all. Okay. Just keep rising, keep trying to get into your positive, most highest self, and also balance out that lower self too. So love y'all.